Day 164. Paano kung nainlove ako sa may jowa na? Hi, I'm Joelle. I talk for a living and I'm an overthinker. Sa bawat hakbang ng buhay, lagi ako nagtatanong, paano kung? At kung tulad nyo kung sobrang daming tanong sa life, tara, sabay nating sagutin ang mga paano kung questions sa buhay. This is Joelle and you're listening to the Paano Kung podcast. Hello, paano cutie? Kamusta ang puso? Ayan ako, grabe tong topic na to for today's episode. Hindi ako handa, pero parang kailangan na siyang pag-usapan kasi habang nagsuscroll ako dun sa Paano Kung Google Form, lagi ko na siyang nakikita. So, ang dami niyong nagtatanong and yeah, I guess it's time to do that. Para ito sa mga nahulog sa bawal, no? We already talked about falling in love with your friend, with your fubu. Ngayon naman, we will talk about falling in love sa mga may jowa, pati na rin sa may asawa. Paano kung na-in-love ako sa may jowa na? Ay, nako. This is a very, very, very sensitive topic, no? But I want to just be clear on my stand here. I don't think that a relationship that starts with deception and hurt is ever worth it. And yeah, para sa mga paano cuties na nag-send ng question dito, I will be answering these based on the fact na parang assume ko na lang, no, that you guys took the time to ask me a question, so you want my insights and in a way you want help in processing your feelings for people who are off limits because you know that it's complicated. You know that this isn't ideal. So yun lang. Para clear lang where I am coming from. And while I can never tell you guys what to do, I hope these give you insights to guide you with whatever you decide to do. So let's start with Bestie's question. Paano kung na-in-love ako sa may jowa? I met this guy. Random lang po ang pagkakilala namin through an IG story. He replied and we started talking, then became good friends. Naging close po kami na sometimes pagkakamalan na magjowa. Lagi naman din po kaming siniship. Parehong single kami, pero may nililigawan siya at that time. Dahil sa pag-ship namin, na-realize ko na gusto ko na siya. Ang kaso lang, late na ako dahil sinagot na siya ng nililigawan niya. I tried brushing off my feelings for him, pero the more I did, the more na na-fall ako sa kanya. I confessed and of course, he rejected me since may jowa na siya. Kaso lang, months passed, he started giving me mixed signals. Yung mga salita niya may halong landi, pero assuming lang siguro ako kasi alam kong may jowa siya. Until now, ganito lang kami. May times pa na kapag wala yung jowa niya, doon na lang niya ako kakausapin. And kapag nandyan na yung jowa niya, para bang bula ako na naglalaho sa paningin niya. Bestie, first of all, sana gumamit ka ng period, ng comma, ng mga punctuation mark. Kasi grabe na loka ako reading through your message trying to find the pauses in between. Okay? Grabe yung run-on sentence, hindi ko kinaya. But anyway, alright. I don't think assuming ka, kasi the fact na naglandian kayo beforehand, tapos nangungulit-ulit siya while being in a relationship, I don't know, bullshit yung just as friends because guys don't just randomly reply to a girl's story to purely be friends. I think they have enough friends. Yeah. Pag wala ang jowa niya, ikaw ang kausap niya. Tapos pag andyan na siya, wala. Hindi ka na kinakausap. He is cheating on his girlfriend and he is using you as an emotional scratching post, a source of validation. You don't need me to tell you all of that, syempre, no? Pero sasabihin ko pa rin because there is a reason why you took the time to send me a paano kung question. So whether nakikita kayo or not, the fact that he comes in and out of your life while being in a relationship, he is doing something that people in committed relationships do not do. With regards to feelings mo, hindi mag-work ang pag-brush off ng feelings because that doesn't really work. We can't just dust them off tas wala, kakalimutan natin. Because that's not a way to process these feelings. If you sweep them under the rug, they're just gonna grow. Especially, when they just grow and grow and grow until it's too high up and then you can trip on it. Ganon siya. It's like if you hide it in a box, push it in, but then it'll get bigger and bigger until you cannot take it anymore. Medyo tricky yung circumstance. You said na alam mong may nililigawan siya at the time you guys started talking and you got closer. So technically, walang nilalabag na anything nung time na yon kasi wala pa silang agreement to be exclusive. Kaso lang, nanliligaw na siya eh. So alam mo yun, the intention is there to build something exclusive. Pero now na sinagot na siya and he still continued this relationship, then sa ginagawa niya, he breaks the agreement by not respecting this relationship. If you think you deserve someone who chooses you, someone who does not cheat, someone who respects his partner, it is not this guy. There are many ways he could have handled this. Kung wari, mas gusto pala niya yung connection nyo. Let's say parang, okay, niligawan niya tong si girl, na-meet ka niya, tapos parang, oh my gosh, mas gusto ka pala niya, ganyan. Well, the right thing to do would be to break up with his girlfriend before he would do anything to hurt her. Pero hindi. He chose to play with two hearts and make things messier. Not just for him, but for everyone involved. Pero, it's not entirely on him. May choice ka dito bilang isang, hopefully consenting adult, bilang isang human being with a brain. May choice ka. Sabi mo na in love ka. Now, I'm not sure what you want me to tell you kasi ang daming pwedeng mangyari and there's only so much that you could tell me in your paano kung question. You can continue to stay in this weird situation as a doormat, waiting for him to message you pag available siya. You can also decide one day that you don't want this type of setup. Instead of brushing off these feelings, I suggest you take the time to understand. What is it about this person, this quote-unquote relationship that is drawing you in? Why do you still allow this? Is there excitement in the fact na bawal? May thrill? Ganon? Paghati ba ang attention and affection? Does it make you feel more special? Kasi parang dapat dun siya nakafocus pero oh my gosh, ang ganda ko naman or pogi or whatever, I don't know what you are. Ganda ko naman, haba ng hair ko, pinipili niya ako, ganon. Maybe deep down, hindi ka naghahanap ng something serious so this setup works for you. And maybe because you get to just enjoy the fun parts of a relationship without having to go deep. Or feeling mo ba wala ng ibang magpapakita sa'yo ng attention or care? So, siya na lang. It can be one or many of the different reasons I've mentioned, and it could be some that I missed. But it would help to figure out yung motivation mo sa kung bakit ka nagsisettle for this. Paano kung na-inlove ako sa ka-work ko pero he is in a long-term relationship with someone? Hello, I'm Ivy. I have this office mate na sobrang nakaka-close ko recently. We started talking after our team building last year. Madalas na kaming magka-chat and nauwi sa long hours of calls sa Zoom. Mahaba na ang 4 hours. We never talked about how we like each other or what. We just talk about random things, listening to music or watching a movie together. We're not really sweet towards each other. As a matter of fact, palagi lang siya nang aasar. Never ako na unang mag-chat or tumawag. Palaging siya yung nag-i-initiate ng conversation. If hindi ako mag-reply sa kanya and mag-react lang ako sa message niya, he'll send a lot of emojis. Nagkikita din kami pero with our other office mates. I don't want to admit it to myself pero na-attach na ako sa kanya. We've been doing this for over 6 months already. I don't know what to do or what to think and I'm really confused. By the way, he's in a 9-year relationship. Paano po ang gagawin ko? Help. Oh, dearest Ivy, I will hold your hand while we say this. Maa-attach ka talaga if magkausap kayo every day for 6 months. To talk to someone that consistently shows that you like the conversations and the company. And maybe the attention as well. I know that you know deep inside that that was gonna happen eventually. Alam mo yun, parang imposible na walang mangyayaring ganung feelings or madedevelop na closeness. There's actually this quote from the play Closer. Patrick Marber, the writer, said that I fell in love is the most stupid expression in the world. Cause you say it as if you had no choice. There's a moment. There's always a moment. I can do this. I can give in to this. Or I can resist it. I don't know when your moment was, but I bet there was one. To be fair, I don't think naman that I fell in love is the most stupid expression in the world. But I do believe na may responsibility tayo sa feelings natin. Yes, we can't control our feelings, pero there are many instances and situations we can control, like setting boundaries in a professional setting, and even more so if we know na may masasaktan sa ginagawa natin. Base sa paano kung question mo, wala kayong outright na ginagawang mali. Nag-uusap lang naman kayo everyday. Kasama sa work, you can say. Hindi naman kayo nagde-date na kayong dalawa lang, hindi kayo nag-uusap about feelings. Sure. But it's not nothing. There is already some type of emotional affair kasi na-attach ka eh. Does your office mate's girlfriend know about these interactions? Have you met her? If ikaw yung girlfriend, how would you feel if your partner did this to his office mate, to their office mate? I can't tell you what to do because you'll do what you want to do. The most I can tell you to do is to think about the consequences of your choices. The path that your future self would be proud of is maybe stop interacting with this person outside of work-related things. Ang dami pang cute sa mundo, Ivy. And you can get attached towards other people who are not currently in relationships. Pero since this is Paano Kung, magpe-play out tayo ng ibang possibility. If you entertain these feelings further, it just takes one moment. One decision to just cross a line. Whether you get physical or you actually talk about your feelings. If you do cross the line while this guy still has that relationship, it then makes you the other woman. Posibleng pagchismisan sa opisina at ng ibang tao in your circles. It may affect your career or your work in some way. You can choose to fall deeper in love, but then that shows whether or not you care about the feelings of his girlfriend. He may or may not leave his girlfriend for you. Let's say he does. Because this does happen. Matatahimik ka ba knowing what he did to her? If he was able to do that to someone he supposedly loves and has committed to for 9 years, what makes you think na hindi niya rin ito gagawin sa'yo? And as someone who knows what it feels like to love and to hurt, I'm sure you know how that feels. Are you okay being part of the hurt cost? Gets ko na, you spent 6 months talking to this person for hours, and yes, you may have seen a different side of him outside of work, but that's not the full picture. You only see the part of him that he's giving you access to. Sobrang curated and idealistic nung setup. Away from the realities of life and love and responsibility. But by interacting with you this way, despite being in a relationship, he has definitely shown you the side of him that disregards the feeling of someone he says he loves. Pinakita niya sa'yo that he is unable or incapable of communicating with his partner, so naghahanap siya ng easy way out. Finding comfort kung saan convenient. Coward to tie up loose ends before starting anew. Kung di mo alam kung anong gagawin, you can start with ano ba ang ayaw mong mangyari. Ano ang consequence na ayaw mong harapin. Ayaw mong makarma, masama sa drama, mawala siya. Ayaw mo magsettle sa ganito. Kung ano man. Tapos base doon, let your actions be influenced by your decision. From someone in a long-term relationship To someone married. Boo asks, paano kung na-in-love ako sa married man? I'm his first love and we communicated with each other last year lang. Wala kasi kaming communication after high school and in my college days. Nabuntis niya yung girl kaya napilitan siyang pakasalan ito noon. Pero ngayon yung feelings niya sa akin ay hindi pa rin daw nagbabago. And because of his sincerity, I learned to love him back. Alam kong mali talaga to, pero we just love each other and hindi na rin sila okay ng wife niya. Nagstay lang dahil sa bata, hindi na daw siya masaya kasi ako ang palagi nasa isip niya. Ngayon nalaman ng wife niya ang tungkol sa amin and hindi niya kayang i-let go yung guy. She said na magbabago na daw siya kasi marami siyang kakulangan sa asawa niya. And I chose to let go kasi ito ang tama, pero hindi siya mawala sa isip ko. We love each other pero hindi pwede. Napaka-pait ng life, ng love life ko. Hi, boo! It is a sucky situation. Yung mga ganitong moments sa buhay na mapapaisip ka talaga na hala, ang pait ng life. But there are important lessons in moments of bitterness. You did the right thing kahit na mahirap, kahit na masakit. And you may not see it now, but doing the right thing is always worth it at the end. Situations like this, of course, are never black and white sa punot dulo ng lahat. And I always believe that we're doing the best we can. Pero, kailangan lang maalala na may choice tayo palagi. Yes, nakabuntis siya. Yes, nagpakasal siya. At ngayon, nagsistay na lang dahil sa bata, sabi mo. These were all choices he made with corresponding consequences. The grass is green where you water it. And instead of watering his own grass, this guy chose to reconnect with a high school love. Sure, romantic. Pero bakit di na lang muna tapusin yung relationship, diba? Again, I know it's not black and white. But I think it's safe to say naman that one problem won't solve an existing problem. The first thing I'd recommend you do is cut off all contact from him if hindi mo pa nagagawa. This is how you can move on. You can help yourself move on by doing this. Don't give him access to you. Then go through the actual long, heartbreaking, difficult process of moving on. Daanan mo lahat ng emotions mo. Kasi with your history of being each other's high school loves, hindi talaga siya basta-bastang mawawala sa isip mo. So grieve the frustration over the situation, the future you had in mind, whatever feelings come up. Feel them all. Ito naman nakatulong sa akin when I had to move on from things na hirap akong tanggapin. Remind yourself why this won't work out. It can get really complicated since kasal sila. Pwede niyang sabihin ang kahit ano, hindi siya masaya, gusto niya umalis. Pero if at the end of the day, sa mata ng batas at ng Diyos ay kasal sila, wala kang stake on anything. 2. Annulment is possible, yes, but it can be long and expensive. Willing ba siyang gawin to? How long would you be willing to wait around for that? 3. The priority is still the child. What's happening right now is hurting not just one person, a lot of people. And it really just isn't the best way to start a relationship. That's not good juju. And finally, if you guys were meant to be, it shouldn't have to be this hard. Dagdagan mo pa as needed yung reasons. Ask friends for input. And then balik-balikan mo yung list na yan in case of relapse. Next, focus on what can happen in your life. Get crystal clear with the kind of relationship you want. Yung walang sabit, yung hindi dapat ganun kahirap. Next, focus on your growth. Create a life that you love. Pag busy ka kasi living your life, pag maraming ginagawa, you'll have less time grieving this bawal relationship that didn't work out. Be kind to yourself pag may relapse ka. Kasi, healing isn't linear. Just take tiny steps every day. With time and intention, makaka-move on ka. Promise. And finally, seek guidance and support. Pwedeng from therapy and also in community. Remind yourself that you can rise up and that love is everywhere. Paano kung na-inlove ako sa may jowa na? Speaking as someone who's briefly fallen for someone in a relationship and hearing stories of others, I've come to learn through time and karma that it's not worth it. I can see the side that romanticizes these types of relationships. Yung mga tipong, kung mahal niya yung jowa niya, di siya magsisinungaling sa kanya, hindi siya pupunta sa akin, ganon. Yeah. But thankfully, I learned that if it involves hurting someone else, hindi talaga siya worth it to be part of a mess like this. And as much as I'd like to tell you this, kay Bestie, kay Ivy, kay Boo, na move on, let go, don't do it, spare yourself and the partner the hurt, you will do what you want to do. Pero remember that this is a deliberate choice that you are making. This is a deliberate choice you are making. But yeah, this is where we end today. A few more episodes before my little break. So, sulitin nyo na to. Char. Hindi naman ako mawawala. I'm still everywhere. If you haven't followed me here, then please click that follow button. And pati na rin yung notification bell para you know pag may bagong episodes. And I'm also online everywhere at Joelle Owell. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. Kwentuhan ulit tayo soon. Always remember may kasama ka lagi sa paghanap ng mga sagot sa mga paano kung sa buhay. You were valid, you were growing, so sometimes you do fall for people who are off limits. Sabi nila masarap ang bawal. Pero promise, mas masarap ang mahanap ang pagmamahal na walang inaapakang tao. Remember, you deserve the kind of love and the kind of life you want.
The Pod Network Entertainment. The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.